A very good afternoon to you, Nzinga, and to our viewers at home. It's been a 12-year battle, I must say, between SAPS employees that fall under the Public Sector Act and the Police Ministry, this being specifically the Police Minister Bheki Cele, who was at the helm of the department as a police commissioner in 2011 when a commitment was signed here, Nzinga, to more or less move this public sector workers, support staff members under the police sector for them to be moved to just be accommodated under the Police Act of 1995. But they are saying that they've been calling for this, approaching the Police Ministry for this to see or to find its meaning because of the benefits that come with them being under the Police Act as compared to them being under the Public Service Act, which is the case right now. So we are coming to you live from the Security and Safety Sectoral Bargaining Council in Centurion. This is where they've been meeting from early in the morning to this afternoon to try and facilitate a conciliation process for the employer and the employees to find each other. But they're saying that they're not in any way deterred by the scorching hot weather of Tshwane, as theirs have been a wait for about 12 years for a government to do best on that agreement that was signed for in 2011. I'm going to bring the workers into the conversation now, this being Mr. Tumelo Mogodi. He's the Secretary General for SAPS, and he's privy to what has been happening behind closed doors where those negotiations are concerned. I see that you've come out to just give an update to the workers as to how the process has been going behind closed doors. Let us in on what has been happening behind closed doors. It's the employer acknowledging that 2011 agreement that have since been outstanding.
Thank you very much, Katlego. I think first of all we must agree that it was a good meeting. The employer have considered that they are no longer walking away from the agreement. The reason why we came here, they said on December they are walking away from this agreement. Therefore, considered now under facilitation on record that now we need to agree on the implementation part. The implementation part have got a roadmap towards it. First of all, within 14 days, we must appoint a facilitator, independent facilitator, and the parties to council must come in and draw a roadmap. How do we translate our members? It's long overdue. We can't wait forward we go. So within 28 days, we should reach an agreement. How are we going to translate our members? Failure to do that, we're coming back to the council now for arbitration. The arbitrator will decide. If the employer does not bring his part, we'll take the members to the street. That's the time now people will realize that a cleaner in a police station is very important. A cleaner in a police station, when a police station is being attacked, they don't ask you which act are you appointed for. A peace-up member, when he's driving the car down the street, the criminals don't ask you which act are you appointed for. They kill without mercy. But it cannot be fair that the members, same police station, same working conditions, others are benefiting, others are not benefiting. Comrade Bheki Cele, Minister, we are calling upon you. You signed this agreement in 2011. Unfortunately, when you walk out, General Pierre did not implement it. This is the delay that caused everything. Whilst you guys are fighting at the top there, the ground suffers. We are calling you now that as a minister, you've got the right to implement this agreement. You know the spirit when it was concluded on, why we want one act, one organization.
Let us in on the benefits then. What's the difference between the members being organizing under the Public Servants Act and them moving now to the Policing Act of 1995? What benefits would kick in as soon as that process is implemented?
The first one is danger allowance. Like I said, when you are driving this vehicle which are marked, the criminals, when they decide to attack you, you don't know what you will come across on the road. Maybe there's a robbery. Those criminals will not stop and say, let's check, are you a peace-up member? They will shoot at you. At least you will now be covered with this gratuity that they are giving, 200,000. Medical aid, GEMS is expensive for our members. At least Parliament is affordable. Pension fund contribution is not the same. You look into the Police Act members, 16%. To the peace-up members is less, but same police station, same working conditions. So the benefits will be in good, favoring our members.
All right, so we're back here in 14 days where this process is concerned. Maybe just let us in on the government. You're saying they've acknowledged that this time around they're going to be moving to see this commitment through. What has been the hold-up? Why have they more or less not been forthcoming in terms of the implementation of this 2011 agreement? It's been about 12 years now.
Yeah. Katlego, I can simply say politics have killed policing. Change of leadership, where now the current national commissioner, who was Bheki Cele by that time, same agreement. Unfortunately, when you have to implement it, Bheki Cele is no longer there. Come Pierre. Pierre comes in, anything that was done by Cele, I've got nowhere to go. You can even recall, during the time of Pierre, TRT was disgruntled. So change of leadership in the SAPS is killing the policing. So politics is killing policing. So that's the whole problem that now the management who comes here, they hide between nose. Then the new ministerial commissioner must give mandate what must happen. So changing of leadership, Terminal 2, that is the problem. But now we are saying enough is enough. Our members must get out of those offices. Comfortable aircons, they must come to the street so that the employer can come and implement this thing, because you are sitting in the office, they don't appreciate you. When the police station is being attacked, they'll never ask you. We call on our members after 28 days and the employer is not bringing their part. All of us, we must get out of the police station and make sure that we go on the street up until they realize that they need peace-up members. During COVID, they were paying peace-up members the danger allowance. Why? Because they know without peace-up members, police station will never function. Police station need to be clean. Everything has to be run. Those ladies who are doing paperwork, they call them administration clerk. Without them, they can't do presentation. It's them who are preparing paperwork. Now, why you expose them to a dangerous situation, but you don't want to cover them? So the roadmap after 14 days, that's why we're going to unpack how do we translate them in terms of categories. What is important now is that now there will be timeframes attached to this roadmap. And the employer have considered that it's long overdue, we need to implement it.
All right, Tumelo Mogodi saying thank you very much, sir. Coming through as the Secretary General from the South African Policing Union, giving us an update here of what has been happening behind closed doors in terms of the conciliation process between the employer, this being the SAPS, specifically Police Minister Bheki Cele, and the police members, support staff from the policing sector. They are looking at concluding this process in 28 days' time. But in 14 days, there's going to be a mediator that would come through to ensure that that process is ongoing and it's smooth. But a win for them, the workers that have been camping here from early in the morning, is the fact that government has indeed this time around acknowledged that there is a 2011 agreement that is outstanding as we speak right now. Nzinga?